Hello, I want to talk about what the Democratic Party did in September of 2008 that I knew would cause them a lot of pain. Back in September 2008, when the economy collapsed, when everything collapsed, the Democratic Party came to the rescue of the Republican Party. The stock market was crashing like 3,000 points in that 2 weeks. George Bush and the Republican Party was begging the Democrats to pass a tarp bill that would have bailed out the banks. Bush, secretary, actually got on his knees and pleaded with Nancy Pelosi to pass this tarp bill. And I said to myself, that was the biggest mistake that the Democrats have ever done. I believe the majority of the Democrats did not want to do this, but since Obama wanted to be such a good guy, he wanted this to pass, and so the Democrats stood behind him because he was the Democratic nominee. But in the long run, I knew that this was being set up to get the Republican Party off the hook, because Bush and his cronies knew that passing that tarp bill would have kept this country from going in the toilet. Instead of the unemployment rate being 7.8 when Obama took office, it definitely would have been over 11%. And by having an unemployment rate of 11% coming to office, there's no way to go but down. But by the unemployment rate being 7.8, Obama promised that the unemployment rate wouldn't go above 8% after he passed that stimulus bill, but Obama blew it 4 months before that, because he could have just said what the Republicans doing. The Democrats should have done what the Republicans are doing right now. Just said, no, we're not going to bail you out. The Democrats, in reality, saved the Republicans' ass. They saved the Republican Party from going obsolete, from really being over. But I knew that when the Democrats done it, the Republican Party would turn it all around on the Democratic Party. It got to the point where actually half of America thought that Obama and the Democrats passed that top bill, signed that top bill. Half of the country thought Obama signed that top bill. But in reality, it was the Republicans that did that, because Bush knew that that was the only way of saving his party. 60 or 70% of Republicans didn't even sign for that. They even vote for that bill. It was the Democrats that pulled it through, and the Democrats paid for it. The Democrats, because they saved this country from going into a Great Depression, paid for it by the Republicans owning the media, by using the media to think and to let the American people think that it was the Democrats that destroyed this economy. But if the Democrats would have never, Nancy Pelosi would have never passed that bill, the Democrats would be so much in great shape today, because this country would have never trusted Republicans on anything. Because the Democrats signed that top bill in September of 2008, they actually saved the Republican Party. And I believe if the Republicans take back the White House and take back Congress and the Senate, and push come to shove, if this happened again, which got a great possibility of happening, because all the Republicans are talking about is spending cuts and tax cuts, which Bush did, it's going to destroy the economy again. But the next time, I hope the Democrats get to their head that they're not going to bail them out no more, because they know the Republican Party is going to turn it around on them. It's going to make this country believe that it was the Democrats that did it. The Republican Party have the Democratic Party to thank big time, because if it wasn't for Nancy Pelosi in September 2008, the Republican Party would be history today. The unemployment rate would definitely have been over 11% going into Obama's term. But because Nancy Pelosi signed that top bill, the Democratic Party saved the Republican Party. And I believe most Republicans know that. They're just not going to admit it. But they used that so well against the Democrats during the midterms of 2010, and they continuing to do it today. But in reality, I think the Democrats have learned their lesson. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And that's what the Democrats are thinking, because they're not going to be fooled by this again. Never. It was a senator from Vermont, and I know you guys, I know you know who I'm talking about. He opposed that tarp bill big time because he knew the Republican Party would turn it around on the Democrats. He knew that would be very bad for the Democrats of saving the Republican Party, because if the shoe was on the other foot, there's no way in hell that the Republican Party would have done that to the Democrats. What do you think the Republican parties are trying to do right now? What do you think they're trying to do right now? They're trying to create the same situation that they had. They're trying to create the same situation that happened to them. They wanted to happen for this time. They're not going to bail the Democrats out. They want the stock market to fall 3,000 points. So this time, because they know that they're not going to come and rescue nobody, not in the Democratic Party. They want to destroy the Democratic Party. And you believe if the shoe was on the other foot, they would have done that. They would have destroyed the Democratic Party 3 years ago if the shoe was on the other foot. But the Democrats, you know, did not want to see the country fall like that, decided to bail them out. And they're paying for it. They've been paying for it ever since they bailed the Republican Party asses out. It's time for the Democrats to learn their lesson. Don't ever do nothing like that again. It was a bad decision then, it is a bad decision now. Think about it. It's time to take back your party. And it's time for Obama to stop just stop working with these idiots and just start thinking about his party. For once, I want to see he want to do some Democrats' ideas and stop saying that this is a Republican idea. I'm tired of hearing that. It's time to lead this country, Mr. President.